Hi there. My name is Beth Green, otherwise known as Granny Rocks.
And hello, my name is James Maynard, otherwise known as Sweet Baby James, and welcome to Lighting the Way, Granny Raps and Rocks. Please do chat with us. I will pass it on to Beth, and she will talk directly to you, live and in person, if you are here, live and in person.
Otherwise, just leave us comments, and I will reply later. So tonight I'm going to talk about, I'm going to read the actual name. How do you react when you can no longer deny reality? How to deal with that?
Oh, denial is so comforting.
I know. No, actually, it's so dangerous. So we have a whole bunch of hellos and comments.
Looky here. Blanquita says, hello, Beth and James. Hello, Blanquita. And Tracy says, hello, and sends a heart of love.
Hi.
And Elizabeth says, hello, and sends a heart of love and caring. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Blanquita and Tracy and Elizabeth, for joining us and already showing up. Oh, and look, Robbie's here.
Yes, hello. Namaste. I'm watching from Kathmandu.
Hello, Robbie.
And Karen says, good to see you both. She sends multiple hearts of love and friendship and caring.
Oh, how nice. We have a wonderful group already.
Yes.
So I hope you really enjoyed this program, and I've been thinking a lot about the topic in the last 10 minutes in preparation. No, I'm kidding. No, because, we all deny reality, and you have to deal with it too. And so the first thing is, now let's get honest. How do you react when you can't deny reality anymore? And by that, I mean, it could be anything. For example, maybe you don't want to admit that your lovely daughter is a drug addict, or that your husband is cheating on you.
Or that you have an addiction problem. Alcohol, I can quit anytime.
That's right.
Drugs.
And we have more.
Yes, and Blanquita sends an image that says abrazo.
Abrazos.
Abrazos.
Blanquita is from Ecuador. And
abrazos
Todd
means, what does abrazos mean?
Hugs.
Hugs.
Yes.
And Todd says, hi there, Beth and James.
Hi there, Todd.
Thank you, Todd.
So there are all kinds of things like that, personal things that we don't want to face up to. But there's a lot of other things like climate change. I mean, we don't have
climate change.
There's no
it's just
climate
weather.
That's right. Now, how many decades have we been hearing that? Of course, Florida is going under, and they can't get insurance anymore because of the climate change and the rising sea levels. And I mean, in many places, we're having horrible problems, and storms and tornadoes and this and that. But there's no climate change. So now we're beginning
to... And global warming keeps increasing every single year.
Yes.
Record heat.
So we have those kind of, mass denial, and then we have our own little personal denials that are going on. Or, oh yes, I'm trying to sell my house and I still think I can sell it for the same amount that I could sell it for not long ago, except now the market has changed. Or I don't want to admit that I'm losing my memory, or that I'm getting old.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
I've still got it.
So we have so many things that we can be in denial about. But all of a sudden, often, it happens like, oh my God, I get it. I can't do this anymore. This is the truth. I can't deny it anymore. So now, how do you react when denial isn't working anymore? When you go into your husband's drawers to get out his dirty laundry and you find condoms, and you know that you had a tubal ligation 20 years ago, so there now you get a glimpse that maybe he really is cheating on you. So all of a sudden, you can't deny anymore. And what is our first reaction?
Anger. Fear, anger.
Anger. No, no.
No, this can't be happening.
Can't be happening. Can't be true. Can't be happening.
We continually overestimate ourselves from an ego standpoint. Oh no, this can't be true.
You mean I'm really not going to become a pop star at the age of 79? So, no. I suppose anything is possible, but yeah. Okay, so our first reaction is to be angry. Now, it's really interesting to ask ourselves, what are we really angry about? Why aren't we saying hallelujah? Hallelujah, I'm seeing the truth and now I can do something about it. Oh no, 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 no.
Well, what if it dashes our hopes? Unrealistic though they may be.
That's right. We can get angry because it dashes our hopes, as James says. And it has a certain meaning in our own minds about what it says about us. Or we have to blame somebody. They didn't give me the right information. It's their fault. They didn't tell me that burning fossil fuel causes greenhouse effect. Nobody told me. I mean, everybody.
It's all over the news.
It's all over the news, but nobody told me. I was entirely blameless. My husband fooled me all this time. It was, even though it was obvious that he came home smelling of some other woman, he just denied it, and I trusted him, and it's all his fault. He's an idiot. He's an aster. So there's all kinds of blaming kind of reactions. Or what about this one? I did win the race.
I won the election.
The goalposts in the soccer game were rigged. Obviously. And I don't want to look at the actual cameras that showed whether or not it was true, because then I might have to face the fact that so we might have even more denial. You reach the moment of truth that is so shocking, it so goes against what you want to believe, that you will continue to believe it or make up reasons to believe it, even though it is already past due. It's like a stinking carcass that is running, that is in your home, and it's overdue to get rid of it. But oh no, why don't we take out perfume, aerosol sprays to make the room right? So we can keep on pretending, and that's a big factor. That people, even though you already know, you keep on pretending, keep on hoping, keep on dreaming, okay. So now, what do you think that does to us on the inside? All of this pretending and getting angry and blaming somebody, or get depressed. You can get depressed and passive, like, global warming, nobody can do anything about it,
I've declined.
I have declined, right? I guess I shouldn't do anything. So we can get depressed, we can get passive, we can get angry, we can blame somebody, we can keep on pretending. I mean, look at all these wonderful alternatives. And I want you, before I go on to what else we could possibly do, I want you to ask yourself, what is your favorite reaction to being confronted with reality that you can't deny anymore. So you go ahead. I'm going to play for a minute. And you can put it in the comments if you like. Okay, we have one response already.
Elizabeth says, anger.
Yeah, me too.
That's my first response too, anger. Because then I can feel more powerful in the face of feeling weaker, of having reality intrude upon me.
We can't have that. And
Tracy says, I put my head back in the sand.
Right! Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Don't they say, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, shame on me. Fool me 4 times, shame on me, right? Put my head back in the sand. Oh, we have another one.
Todd says anger too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do have a tendency to do that little anger thing, don't we? Now, what do you think anger is actually accomplishing?
Not much.
You're right.
I feel more powerful.
You feel more powerful because guess what? When denial is just crashed, it makes us feel stupid. I'm not one of those people who denied climate change. I was on the radio every day talking about it, right? I mean, you can't believe that they're still talking about burning more and more fossil fuels and, stopping the electric car industry or any of that thing, even though we have gotten to the point that I don't know how many, the last 7 years have been the highest.
Yeah, each year the hottest
each year
ever.
the hottest ever. And people are dying. People are dying from the heat, but global warming, no. And people can't get insurance. And we were told all of this years ago that all of this was going to happen. So we feel stupid. And that makes us feel weak and powerless. So getting angry gives us a lift. Makes us feel empowered when we feel stupid. So what other alternative is there that we would?
Well, Tracy had an alternative, which was to escape. Put her head back in the sand.
No, what I'm saying, do we have another alternative other than these kind of foolish reactions that we're having of being angry, putting our head back in the sand?
What would be a good alternative?
Well, the first thing, of course, is to acknowledge, without going through a whole bunch of hoorah about anything, just acknowledge it. My God, we have global warming. What are we going to do about it? Not, because of this, or I did this, or you did that, or blaming, or getting depressed, or blaming. What are we going to do about it? So the first thing is to acknowledge the reality. Oh, my daughter really is a drug addict, and is there anything to be done? So now we have 2 options. We have to change something, or we're just going to go back into more denial. So either we have to change the reality, right, or we have to change our attitude, right, as usual. Those are the 2.
Reality usually persists.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
However, we could do something about global warming. I mean, there are people...
Stop contributing to it.
There are people who are actually trying to do a lot about global warming, and if we can't personally do the same thing, we can at least support them and give them credit for what they are doing. Yeah, there are things that can be done. My daughter could go into rehab and she may or may not change, but that's up to her. But at least I'm not going to pretend anymore that she's borrowing money to buy a condo in Manhattan and she never invites me over because it's all gone up her nose, right? So the first thing is to acknowledge it. And then the second thing is to say, I feel stupid. Why is it better to say I feel stupid than to say I feel angry? Or why is it better to say I was stupid or I feel stupid rather than blame somebody?
Have the humility to try to learn from a mistake.
Exactly, because that is the point. How can we learn from the denial? Say, how did I miss this? I have known as a counselor, I've met a number of women, their husbands left them after X number of years. And for some younger woman, or I don't know, because they were gay, or something else. And
incompatible.
Or incompatible. And so then I would say to them, and they're furious that the husband did this, and it was totally unexpected. How did that happen? Well, you say, how did you not notice? Would be a better question. Were there signs, and how come you didn't notice them? Because just like you said, James, maybe you can learn something about yourself, about your difficulty in acknowledging things, or your refusal, or and let's say it's not even your fault. Maybe you didn't see the signs, or maybe you saw the signs and you chose to ignore them. But in any case, what a grand opportunity to learn something about yourself. So we're now getting to the idea that we can actually gain something when we come into that moment, when we recognize that we have been in denial and we've got to stop. And mostly we are in denial about us and our behavior and our delusions about ourselves. Isn't that true? I mean, we can be in
So
denial
true.
about a lot of things, but mostly we're in denial about ourselves because we simply don't want to know, because we feel embarrassed or ashamed. Now, obviously, feeling embarrassed or ashamed is much more important than the thing that we've been in denial about. So, for instance, let's say people now are saying, oh my God, look at the weather is horrible, and this is flooding, my home is flooding, my house is burning, the forests are going, the water is polluted, this is, and let's blame somebody and be angry at some party or whatever. And because we don't want to admit that we didn't want to know. And we did not want to know because we didn't want to change. We didn't want to change our lives. We didn't want to change our attitudes because it was painful. Okay, so obviously, what is more important at that moment? Your feeling of embarrassment or the fact that we are destroying the planet? Which do you think is more important? I'm serious, James.
Well, clearly, destroying the planet is more important.
Obviously not. I mean, on a subjective level, our embarrassment is obviously more important, right? Because how many things...
Oh, I know that one.
I mean, you had a little bit of
experience of that.
Yes, just today, as a matter of fact, that you had an experience of something that you didn't want to wreck somebody close to you. Not me. And now you're seeing it, and you're flailing around for who to blame. Are you feeling bad about yourself? But there is deep down inside you're feeling embarrassed.
Yep.
That you refused to see the truth even though it was right in front of you. And so we are like that. And I've talked in the past about why shame and embarrassment are so scary, because somebody is going to make fun of us. Take advantage of us. Nobody's going to want us anymore. we're going to lose our seat at the table because we've been so stupid and we act so stupid. Or we can just say, my God, I have to change my attitude about correction and learning. I am being corrected by the universe. I'm doing something that is harmful. I'm seeing the harm, and I'm going to blame you for pointing it out. Like, oh, you just fell into the hole. Can I help you out of the hole? No, I'm not in a hole. I didn't fall in a hole. How dare you say that I'm in the hole? Of course, I'm way in the hole. And somebody's coming along saying, oh, here's a lifeline. Let me help you out of the hole. But no, then you'd have to admit that you fell in. You were a jerk. You weren't looking and you fell into the hole. Well, you couldn't possibly have that. So get angry at the person who's trying to help you. I have seen this a million. Trust me, I'm a counselor. I've seen it a million times. People who want to stay in denial, even though you are handing them a lifeline to change their situation, because they don't want to admit that they are or were that foolish. It's embarrassing. It makes them feel bad about themselves in that moment, right? So supposing you say, the universe, not you, not the person who's handing me the lifeline or pointing out to me, oops, do you need a ladder? So, but it is the universe. It is destiny that is correcting us. The universe is telling humanity that we must change our attitude towards life, towards other species, towards the earth. Dramatically. That we need to stop putting money and short-term profit above everything. That's what the universe is telling us. Do we want to hear this? No, we'd much rather get angry at so-and-so for some nonsense that they did or didn't do, not even dealing with the issue. When I look at what's going on in our society, not enough people are dealing. They talk about the weather and the flooding and the tornadoes, and then they'll say, well, this is probably made worse by global warming. But a lot more attention is being given to the weather and to the insurance rates than it is to the causes, and that we have to do something that's really scary. And the first thing we have to do is look at ourselves honestly. Can we even imagine ourselves doing that? We have to change our attitude towards being corrected. Thank you, universe, for correcting me, for showing me what I am doing that is destroying me and everyone else. And if my daughter is a drug addict, for example, and I have finally admitted it because I found, a Coke pipe in her, what do you call that? Not Coke, you call the snack. What do you call that? Crack. A crack pipe in her. And she said, oh yeah, that was my girlfriend's. That wasn't mine. I said, oh, okay. You know what I mean? And finally, she's half dead because she's, had an accident because she's high, right? And at that moment, I'm going to get angry at her. But then there's that inside job that says, you're such a jerk that you didn't see this. We have to stop the voice that says, I'm such a jerk. We have to say instead, thank you, daughter, for making it obvious to me that I can no longer be in denial that you are in trouble. So we have to laugh at ourselves. We have to have compassion for ourselves and our foolishness. We have to see all of this. But we have to turn everything around, everything in us that makes us want to look smart, cool, great, wonderful. And prove to everybody that we're all these wonderful things because we want to be taken care of. Earn earn a seat at the table where we're going to get fed. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to feed my child who's doing well in school. I'm going to send them to Harvard or whatever it is. That whole attitude that we have to look good to get ahead has to crumble in the face of the grinding reality which says that we aren't doing well, that we are emotionally crippled in a society that doesn't teach us how to share and be collaborative, a society that doesn't teach us how to learn from one another, that in a society that doesn't teach us to say, thank you for correcting me, for letting me know what I'm doing that is hurting me and everyone. And I can't believe that we are out of time for tonight. So I would like to ask you to please like or love this show, if you do like or love it. Now or later, I ask you to share this program with all kinds of people who need a wake-up call about reality that we can't deny anymore, whether it's personal or societal, and to do it without shame, because we all do this. We all have this pattern. It seems to be synced in with us. I ask you to follow our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and click the notification button so people will, the bell that'll tell you that we're on. Share this program with other people. Tell people about Lighting the Way, Granny Raps and Rocks. And come back next week. We have another comment, James.
Yes, Noor says, stay alive, Beth and James.
We are trying to stay
We're
alive.
trying to stay alive.
And thank you. Thank you so much. We're trying to stay alive. And we want to say that, that each one of us has to face things about ourselves that are uncomfortable. But if we can say, I can learn from this, I'm learning about my denial, I'm realizing what areas I'm weak in, where I'm trying to pretend that I am something that I'm not, or that it is something that it isn't, or that my husband or wife or boss or a company or a political party or whatever it is pretending to be something that it's not. Coming out of denial is so important for our survival, Noor, for our very survival, as well as our peace of mind. So thank you for coming. And thank you for your comments as well. And please leave your comments after this program. Let us know what your thoughts are and how you have been in denial and maybe how you're coming out of it.
Yes.
So thank you so
Hear,
much.
hear.
Okay.
Thanks for coming. Glad to have you with us.
We are.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye. We are live streaming on YouTube.